Hi guys, today we'll have a very special devlog. As most of you know, I've been developing Wisplight solo for more than a year now, until I found a community that's interested in helping out with the development. And now we already have a team of skilled individuals with diverse skills that will help out with the game's development. So right now we have Alex, our audio director. Basically he's in charge of everything sound and music related. And today he will share with us his thought process in the creation of Wis Blight's music. Without further ado, here's Alex.
Hi, my name's Alex, and I'm the audio director at Black Citadel Studios, and by extension, Wis Blight. And I've been working on the sound design, which includes just all of the sound effects that are going to be present in Wis Blight, such as footsteps and stuff like that. But my main task has been to produce the soundtrack, which has been fun. Both me and June obviously knew from the beginning that we wanted the soundtrack to be perfect because I guess not many people realize that a soundtrack is an absolutely vital part to a game. It totally changes the way that you experience it. It's like imagine Minecraft without the soundtrack. The entire vibe changes. So we knew we wanted to go for a medieval-esque theme, which includes just adding a bunch of instruments that fit into that time period around 1300 to 1500, which includes stuff like hurdy-gurdies and like tribal drums, choirs, but also stuff like strings, like violins, which obviously are more familiar to the modern day. We started at that point, and I made the first song with a hurdy-gurdy. Well, June was interested to go for a sort of Witcher-esque theme for the soundtrack, which basically is very, very dark. It's very dissonant. There's lots of ritualistic there's a tribal feel to the music. It's very, very dark and creepy. And so that's sort of where we've meandered to now in the soundtrack. This is sort of the first finished song that's going to be added to the soundtrack. It's called Till the Bitter End, and I guess I'll just walk you through how it was made. Bought this instrument for the soundtrack, which is called a baklama. It's a Greek instrument. It existed in the medieval period, but it's still used today. But it essentially allows us to get that strumming, but also medieval feeling. Lots of medieval instruments had the strings doubled because the strings of the time were generally made of gut string, which is less loud and it's less bright, so they were paired to make them brighter. And so that's the sort of sound that we're familiar with today. Yeah, so I bought this specifically for the game soundtrack because I knew that we'd be needing it. I've also modified my guitar while I'm working on the soundtrack as more of a mid-range stringed instrument. I've taken off the high string and I've tuned it differently. So for this first song, I was looking for a riff basically, because I've noticed that a lot of Witcher songs had a sort of riff which the song was built around. So I settled on this as a riff. Which is very dark, I suppose, very dissonant, especially this note. And that is giving the sort of carrying the creepy vibe that we're after. So I laid that down. Drums are really important, so I've downloaded a lot of plugins and stuff for drums, just to add to the intensity, because I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's very hard to have that kind of intense music that we're after if you don't have pounding drums. So from that point, conscious of space, because we didn't want it to be too long, because, you know, length equals physical space, and we want to keep the game as small as possible, just for optimization reasons. I thought I wanted to keep the song below 2 minutes, because it's going to loop over itself. So we go from that riff, which I've built up with violins and drums, and we go into a choir section, which I do myself because I don't have access to a choir. And it's basically just me in a room from a bunch of different angles singing in slightly impressions of voices to give the impression that it's like different types of voices contributing to a choir, because that's quite important. And yeah, so I basically wrote a part for the choir, 2 parts actually, and sung that, and you can hear that in the second part of the song, along with a violin. If anyone who's watching does play violin or hurdy-gurdy actually, feel free to contact us, because it'd be very useful to have a violin player on hand who can just, you know, spitball ideas. And yeah, so basically from that point we got the choir. Then we got a little solo section afterwards where the hurdy-gurdy goes into the limelight, which is a very iconic sound. And that's most of the song, and then it basically finishes with a choir section. Which is very elaborate. It's got something like 40 voices. Layering on top of each other, and a huge amount of reverb to give kind of a cathedral feel. And accompanied by the violin as well. Yeah, and that's basically the song, and then it loops back onto itself. And yeah, I think I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It's very creepy, it's got an unsettling feel, but it also feels very intense. We've called it Till the Bitter End because of the feeling it has. It really feels like you're sort of fighting for your life.
Alright, and now we can listen to the entire track.
Watch it, line. Keep it tight. He's hit. Get the fucker. Attack with his back to you. Roll over. Stage it from the left. Rear guard, back to the fucking acolyte. Defense, defend the acolyte. Don't let him break through the line. For fuck's sake, keep it away from him. We're killing it! Don't let up! Keep the structure power! Keep it real! Keep your guard up! Hold on the wood! Fucking hell, boys! Retreat! It's over! Get away from me! Curse you, get away! Spare me, please! Leave me! Get away from me! I'll fucking kill you! Please, God, get away! Curse you, get away!
Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Please let us know what you think. Would love to hear your feedback. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it.